basically, when you're getting customers, you have to focus and you have to take, we have a goal, but take yourself out of it. Understand that you're giving them a gift. Understand what's going on and what's coming for the future, which is that everyone is going to have to pick a third-party supplier. Why not pick a third-party supplier that we are involved in? That's number one, that's backed. If you know the facts, you yourself should orientate yourself about the CEO, about the Threedom product, about what we're offering them, and don't feel so bad about looking at their sheets, their rates, what are we putting them in? Just go there with confidence, and when you have confidence and you have belief, that comes across. And that's why people want to join you, people want to be your customers, they want to help you. True. And I honestly could tell you that I didn't reach out to as many people as I had planned to and still reach my goal. So don't focus on the no's. I'm going to just tell you that. Don't focus on the no's. Focus on activity. Just focus on your activity. If you're talking to enough people, if you're asking enough people, you will get what you need and you will get where you have to be. And it's practice. So whether it was calling people, texting, emailing them, and just I was weeding through the no's, getting past them, but actually even past my deadline. People were calling me, I'm so sorry, did you need me, did you need my help, you had a goal. So people are willing to help you as long as you believe that, as long as you have a passion. So if I'll just give you an example, if I'm gonna approach someone personally, I'm definitely going to tell them, hi, how you doing? I don't know if you know, but I'm involved in a mission-based green energy company, and I need your help. I really need your help. If I'm in a deadline, I'm like, I really need your help. You don't understand how bad I need your help. What is it? What do you need?
That's powerful.
And then I just let them. So it's very simple. I need you to enroll your electric. I'll know my market though first. Because if we don't do electric gas, I'm not going to ask for electric and gas. So know your market. And I'll say, I need you to enroll your electric and gas with us. You'll go green. You'll save. You'll help the environment. You'll be protected. And for some reason, if our CEO is crazy, which I know he's not, I say, we protect you. Not 100%. Watch this, 110% rebate if we're wrong. So how could you go wrong? Can you please help me? Generally, I'll tell you 80% of the time, they're like, okay. Yeah. You're gonna have some people that want this, and you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. Do not waste all your time on convincing them. If you couldn't get them right there, the only thing I'll tell you that I do go further is I will text them or email them the 2-minute customer video and the Threedom, so that they understand this is what I'm gonna enroll you in. And 99.9% of the time, if they didn't get it in that short and they had their doubts, they'll call me back and say, I get it now. Yes. So, because I'm not going to stay there and beg you and preach to the choir and stay there because I have more, they're holding me back from the other people that I have to talk to. Yeah. So I just want to, I plant the seeds, I make my request, I put it out there what I need from them and what I'm doing for them, and then I keep moving. And that's how you have to have massive action. I went into one person, I said, you don't want just your apartment, you have to get your entire building go green. I said, don't you understand? You gotta get your building go green. I'm here, let's help you, let's go to your tenants. So at one time, there was days where I was getting 10, 15, and 20 meters a day. Wow. So it was just simple, and to me, honestly, I just think it's just so easy. It's just so easy.
Because you're confident.
It's so easy, it's just so easy.
The confidence.
And I'll do I have my emails already generated for certain markets. So if we have solar, here's a solar video. I never emailed the opportunity, but the Threedom or the 2-minute video I do. And the same confidence that you have if you have a team, which I do of course, and the 2 ladies in front of me, I have to recognize them because they did help me, and they had their reservations. Chantel came in and I was away in Puerto Rico, and David went through his issues with work, and then Angel checked out on us because of he had life happen to him, and she just lost her excitement. She lost, she's like, I feel all by myself, and she just stopped doing Viridian. I came back from Puerto Rico and I was like, what's going on? I had to check my downline, what's going on with you? You can't, you know what, you can do it. She's like, I can't get a car. Yes, you can. And she lives up an hour away from here. So we didn't connect in person. But however, I coached her through every customer how she was talking to them, what she was doing. She got 14 meters in 2 days.
Hey.
She's up to 18, so someone that that brand
Couldn't
new,
get-
couldn't get one,
Yeah.
and I coached her right through it on the phone.
You held her hand.
I held her
You
hand.
held her
And I
hand.
coached her right through it. So it's definitely your
Wow.
belief barrier.
Wow.
Wow. And here's another thing. You can't ask your team and your downline to go get customers if
Well,
you can't get customers.
Nah.
You gotta lead by example. You gotta walk the walk so that they can follow your walk. So definitely, I say, from the gate, I started like that, and I feel I'm so much better at it now. So practice makes perfect. You just you're able to exude exactly what this company. But again, you have to believe. You can't say like, oh my God. Like honestly, I'm gonna tell you, there was bills in New York that the guy was at 7 and 8 cents. And I put him at $11.99, and he didn't have no problem.
Yeah,
He didn't have no
because
problem
because-
because I showed him. No, look at the rate sheet. It's 15, and I'm gonna show you my tenant that's at 17 and 18, and say this is what's coming.
There
Let
it
me
is.
protect you from what's coming.
Yep.
I have so many associates that call me and say, I can't do this to this person. I can't do it. Yes, you
help
can,
them.
because we have freedom, and you know what? We're gonna protect them. So we're not doing it for us, but I explained that to them about the product that they're coming into.
Price
And,
certainty.
and let me tell you something. I steal everything from John. You gotta know it. But that's why we're here. Because I say, I don't mean your house. You know that. I mean.
I thought, no, I was saying, go hide the jewelry. Go hide the
And
jewelry.
what I'm saying is, when you're here, take my words, take Lella's, take John's, take Mario's. I use that Easy Pass, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The Easy Pass example, I use the gas, how it's gone up. So I definitely use those examples, and I say that's what's coming. Do you want to be protected from that, or do you want to be forced to go pay that $4 a gallon, or to stand on that Easy Pass line? Do you want the future? This is the future, and this is what's going to happen. So why don't we start getting ready now, protect you now, and then just look at me like, okay. Okay. I mean, and Mary Kay, I'm not gonna leave her out. Mary Kay had a little struggle. She knows. She said something was holding her back, and I said, you gotta get to my house now. I said, we can't close this month until you get to my house. She came into my house, and I was like, let's see what's holding you back. I mean, I told her I'm not dressed. I'm not pajamas. No, just get here. And she came, and I said, sit at my dining room table. And that's exactly what we did. And she sat there, and she got 5 meters in a few minutes.
Wow.
So, and then she ran out to her dentist and got some solar meters and talked to him about his home and business.
Yeah.
So sometimes we do have to figure out what's holding
One thing.
what's holding her
Padlock.
back. And since then, she's now has another associate in her team that just joined the other day. So one thing about
to
you
another, yeah.
leads to another. And there's a lot of people now in my business that's showing the plan, getting customers, because I'm definitely showing them the way. So if you don't know the way, find a way. Because there is customers, tons of customers out there that we could help now. The fact that they have to pick a third-party supplier. People are knocking on the doors. Why go to strangers?
Right.
Why not come to someone referred, someone that protects them and has their back?
That was the only downfall to this whole thing, was everyone was so angry with everyone knocking on their doors.
Yeah.
They got turned off by this whole market. But when you explain it to them that
Relationships. It's all about
It
the
is. It
relationship.
really is.
No matter
It
what
really
we're
is.
selling, what we're offering, what we're doing, it's all about the relationship.
And you gotta be ready for all those objections. I mean,
Yes,
I'm telling
yeah.
you, it's that easy, but you got.
You have to be, yeah.
I got a customer that
Yeah.
gave me 5 meters that got burned by Viridian.
Right.
Okay, that got burnt. Her husband was like, if you give her those meters.
Oh, wow.
She was like, well, we know, Mika Lisa, we know. And I was telling her, please, I gotta get 60 customers. You can't say no to. Every day I was in there, I was like, I'll give you anything.
Yeah, but-
She's
but
like,
here's the thing, you got-
But I let her know, but I let her know. I said, dude, this happened because I said in every business, I told her, Mary, every business, you're gonna have an associate, a consult, anything that's gonna drop the ball. You know me. I said, they're gonna stop, they're not gonna, you're gonna get a letter when you're gonna get a phone call from me.
They didn't follow up.
I come into your business. It was a business. I said I come into your business all the time. I said I have to
Face you,
see.
yeah.
I have to face you every
Yeah.
day. Would I do something to you?
Right.
I said, and then I told her the same thing I did with other people that got burned by other companies. I said you didn't know them, and that's why I'm here. Some people were like, no, I'm not going to show you. When they looked, they were at 25 cents, and we were at 11. So feel confident. Let them go look. Let them see what's going on out there. Show them the rate sheet if you have to. Like I said, I don't spend that much time. But after I planted the seed, if they want to revisit it and talk about it, I do follow up because I'm confident with our business, with our product, and that's how the customers were just coming. Like I said, I was so many. Sometimes I didn't even leave my house. I was just so many phone calls, 24. I took a break just like to use the bathroom, and that was it. And then that's it. I was just hitting it hard. But I mean, it's over 125 meters in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
If you want it, if you want to get customers and you want to teach your associates to get customers, it's definitely, the people are out there, the business is great, and our products are great.
Awesome.
Thank you, Victoria.
How long? Less than a year.
Nice. Very good.
Exciting. Well, that gets you all pumped up, you know?
Yeah. Wow.
Now we have another rising star. Everybody in the room knows him, Mario Persico. Right, so Mario just made lead director. He's starting to understand the business now. See, it's very hard to understand this business early on. You could be in it for a year and a half, 3 years, 4 years. I'm telling you, it's once it clicks, like you click that last digit in that padlock and open it up, you'll know what I'm talking about when it happens. Mario's a guy that I believe clicked that last digit to open up the vaults. Traditional business owner, a guy that's very sharp and astute and just being street smart, right? And business smart to go with it. But now he's Veridian smart and multi-level marketing smart because he understands the business. And the hardest thing in this business is to get, I believe, is to get to 1,000 customers in your organization. It's a fight. It's a struggle. It feels like you're climbing a mountain. You're never going to get to the top. Once you get to 1,000 customers in this business, you can reach any level of this business. And that could mean 30,000 customers, 50,000 customers, 100,000 customers or more, because it's getting to that level and building leaders. This business is all about building leaders. And there's one word that's going to bring each and every one of us success, and that's the word duplication. Because if you don't duplicate this business, you do not have the ability to duplicate yourself. And this business is about a lot of people doing a little bit. And Mario's going to start off because he's a master at duplicating. He learned. He didn't learn it from the beginning. Took him a long time, like it takes everybody a long time, to understand we got to keep it simple and we got to duplicate. Keep it simple and duplicate. Massive action, right? The key is exposing a lot of people. What we lack in skills, we make up for in numbers. Mario Persico.
Thank you. First thing I want to say is, I was a little sleepy when I got here, but the Lisa got me all around. I'm ready to do the marathon. John's correct. I didn't know anything about this. Traditional business owner, always took charge of my business, always did things my way. In this business, you have to do it the way it works, which is the duplication system. Okay, so before I start, I'm going to tell you is that when you do it the right way, things happen. Okay, it happened for John and Lela. It's happening for me. It's happening for Michelisa and many of you in this room. So you have to follow the system, especially if you're new here today. Joe, you're here, okay? This is not a business, John just trying to tell me in the beginning. It's not about talking. It's not about explaining. It's about following a procedure. And the better you get at a few simple steps, the quicker your business will roll, okay? First thing we'll start with, which is a lot of people don't believe in the beginning, which is your why, okay? Didn't take this serious in the beginning. When I first got involved, it seemed like a good idea. I didn't know anything about deregulation. I don't know, when I was shown the opportunity, I don't know if I was angry or I was embarrassed, because as a traditional owner, I should know about the business. I should know that I have a choice in energy just like I have in cell phone bills and so forth. So, we get into it. Your why. What's it going to take for you to succeed? Okay, to me, this is the most important thing, and I focus a lot on this. Okay, because why? And believing in Veridian. Veridian has price protection. It's about going green. Everything that Michelisa said is already in place for us. What's it going to take for us to be successful? It could be, also too, what's it going to take, to get objections? People are going to say no. Family members of mine that know I'm successful, know I did well, know I'm an honest guy, done a lot to help everybody. Everybody in my family somehow, somebody has come to me for help, and I've opened my doors and I've helped them financially, with projects, whatever. And some of them still have said no to me. Deal with it, you move on, okay? So like John says all the time, you gotta keep your eye on the prize. What's it gonna take? Okay, and be the person on fire like Mick Elise and follow that person, okay? It could be time freedom. It could be security. It could be your freedom. It could be whatever you want it to be. It's personal, okay? It's personal. You know, my why has actually changed since I got involved in this business. But to me, it's time freedom. You know, I do well. I'm successful. Okay, I don't mean to brag about it, but I've done a lot to get where I am. The problem is I realized I never had freedom, and it actually hit me about a year ago when I was watching a video of my daughter, my first daughter, at 1-year-old birthday party. And you know, I'm looking at this video, and I'm not in the video. I'm thinking I'm the guy taking the video. But you know what? I don't remember it. It's true, I don't remember it at all. And I tell my wife, like, I don't remember this. She says, because you were never here. That hit me right there and then to say, hey, you know what? It's never going to change. It's never going to change. Okay? Yeah, as I'm building, I'm more and more involved. Okay? So this is important in your back office duplication system. Also, there's a section which most people don't know in Meridian University. It's a section called Building. Write this down. Building Your Business. That has 8-step short videos of all leaders, okay? And they focus on the duplication system. And one of the things they go into is the why, okay? It's personal to you, whatever you want it to be, okay? Okay. So first thing, we're gonna jump right into the business, okay? This is important. A lot of people don't do this, is to create your list, okay? I like to tell people to break it into 3 groups. Okay? Your list, to me, is the most important part. You have to physically write it down of everybody you know, and I'm telling you, you need 100+ people. That's everybody. Okay? Anybody. It could be your landscaper, it could be your coworker, it could be your boss, it could be employees, whoever you want. Let's say, before we get into how you want to, just put people on the list. Okay? This is not checking your cell phone. This is not checking spreadsheets, not checking emails. You know, John used to tell me this. I really didn't get it in the beginning. If something magical does happen, but when you physically write it down, that person means something to you. Okay, it means something to you. Okay? And that list is constantly changing. You know, I did a training on Tuesday, and I gave a lot of examples that, you know, last week, I think I added 12 new people that I really either forgot about or just kind of met that week. Because you gotta remember, you're meeting people every day. Okay? You know, every day you're meeting someone. Good or bad, you're meeting someone. Okay? So your list is constantly going to change. Okay? ABC. You're not really pre-qualifying anybody. You're not saying this person's good, this person's bad. It's not like that. The beauty of this business is you get to pick and choose who you want as a customer, and you can pick and choose who you want in your business. The people that are in my business, people I like. I don't like you, you don't have my business. You know, I'll offer you price protection. I'll offer you, right? It comes down to, you know, my traditional business, you know, I deal with a lot of people. I have no choice. Good or bad, I have to deal with them. They're business, okay? In this Meridian business, I get to pick and choose. That's magical. It's really magical, okay? So, the 3 categories, okay? I do A for my A players. People that I want to approach right away. Okay, whether I can physically get to them or I like them, most of the time they're going to be family members, okay, dear friends, so forth. Okay, so this is what I call A players. B is borderline. You know, I'm going to get to them, but they're not my first crack at it. Okay, or it could be somebody like I have a few people in Maryland or out of state. Okay, I just knew I couldn't get to them right away, so they're on my B list. Okay, A, B, and C, I kind of put like my customer list. People that I really would rather just offer them the product and they'd be a customer. These are typically you know, aunts and uncles that are a little bit older. You know, my mother's I should have actually made my mother an associate because she did hook me up with a few people, but that's how it really works down to, okay? Real simple, write everybody down. Even if somebody you're questionable, write them down, okay? Oh, actually, there's one thing I do on there. Just a contact and invite. The one thing I do with my list is I make a lot of notes on my list, okay? And I go a little bit deeper. This is something I've been doing for about 8-9 months, and it's really paid off. Is I actually write a little note of why I want this person in my business. Whether they're successful, whether they're a good person, whatever the case is, I write notes all the time, okay? When I contact somebody, this is gonna lead into contact invite. When I contact them, I wanna know why I want them in my business, okay? It's very important because that really leads to how do you want to approach this person, okay? So contact and invite. There's all kind of scripts, there's all kind of wording. You know what? I'm me, okay? And the thing is, like Vic Lisa, like Eric, you got a lot of heart. So when you're approaching somebody, right, we say we want to show them a gift. I truly believe that when I show somebody a business opportunity, you know, my intention is I'm going to have that person succeed in this business just like I'm going to succeed. Okay, so think about, before you call them, why do you want them in your business? Why do you want to show them the opportunity? That's very powerful. Okay, and I just be me. I'm not a robot. I don't sit there and hello. No. Okay, call Eric. Right, Eric I know for a long time. Eric actually came in my business through someone else. You know what? I didn't even think to put him on my list. I haven't seen him in a while. But you know what, when my associate says, hey, what about Eric? I'm like, you know, he's a great guy, put him on your list. So if I was gonna approach a guy like Eric, I would just call him up and say, hey Eric, what's going on? How's everything? How's the family? I haven't talked to him in a while. Eric, I haven't talked to you in a while. You know, I'm gonna be in Brooklyn next week. I'd like to come by and see you. It's been a while. Eric would say, you know, okay, why not come by? Okay, well actually one step I wanna say. Before you contact someone, this is a very critical error that everybody makes. You have to know when you're available, okay? There is no, you know, you have to be prepared to look at your book and figure out when you're going to meet somebody, okay? A lot of people, you have one shot at the only way I'm successful contacting invite, okay, is I'm very good at this. This is probably my best thing out of all the steps, is I do not get off the phone with you unless I have an appointment. It does not happen. If I'm calling you, I'm meeting you, okay? At some point, you have to be available. 3 weeks, 1 week, 1 hour, you have to be available. So the first thing I'll do with Eric is I'll say, hey, Eric, I'm going to be in Brooklyn on Wednesday at about 1 o'clock. Can I come by? Can I swing by?
No.
Okay. Eric, what works for you?
Next Friday.
You know what? I'll tell you what I'll do. I haven't seen you in a while. My appointment that I have on Wednesday, I can rearrange to probably Friday. What works for you?
3 o'clock.
Okay, look what happened. I called him for an appointment, and he now set an appointment with me. Okay? Either way, do not get off the phone. My intention with him is to meet with him. That's my intention. My intention is to meet him. I don't really have a set day. I just threw a day out. I suggested a day that worked for me. If Friday works for me, I'll look at my schedule. Okay, you know what, Eric? I'll come by Friday. By the way, when I'm with you, okay, so this is the contact and invite. Then I lead into why I want to see him. Okay? Eric, you know what? While I'm with you, I got involved in something I'm really excited about, and I'm looking to expand in Brooklyn. So when we're together, you know, I need about 20 minutes of your time.
Sure, no problem.
Okay? That's easy.
Yeah.
Eric's a good
Yeah.
student. That's not how it works in real world.
What is it?
The real world, what is it? Listen, you know what? I don't have much time. I'm in my office.
Well, what's it about?
Okay?
Yeah, right.
You know what, Eric? I'm glad you asked. But you know what? I'm a little crazy right now. I'd rather just see you in person.
Give me an idea.
Eric, you know what? I got another call on your line. I'll see you then.
He does that. He does that.
When people, this is true. I shouldn't
He
really
does
say this.
that.
I don't like to be on video with this, but this is true. When people have, I feel that the hardest part is contacting them back because you tend to want to talk too much.
Yes, it's true.
And when I train people in my house, and you know, I drill down, I'm like, okay, you know, I see somebody's not doing something, so I reach out to them, hey, what's going on? Wow, you know, this person, okay, what are you doing? And they'll tell me, 99.9% of the time, they're not doing what we're telling them to do. They're talking about the video, they're saying there's a video, they're saying there's energy. So I'll invite this person to my house, and we'll be on speakerphone. I'll say, listen, bring 3 people bring 3 names and phone numbers that you want to call. And they'll be at my house, we'll have on speakerphone, okay? I'm not really a bad guy, I'm really a nice guy, but anyway, so they do the video, and I'm like, all right, this is what you're gonna say. Why are you calling? Well, this person's my brother-in-law. Okay. Your relationship's going? Okay. Call him as your brother-in-law. If you're gonna go play golf with the guy, what are you gonna say? Hey, let's go catch a round of golf, right? So we have the same mentality. Just don't tell him what it's about. So and I'll coach him, and I'll say, okay, Paul, get him on the phone. When are you available? I don't know. Well, how are you gonna call the guy if you don't know when you're available? You have to know when you. Okay, so we pick a date. They'll call up. They'll go through, hey, how you doing? And how's everything? Listen, I got involved with something to show you about. The minute they get that contact, the minute they get that time, when the guy keeps talking, like my associate I'm showing that's not sure, I just hang up. Got disconnected. He's like, what'd you do that for? Because you're done. You did it. What happens after the invite, okay, it just goes downhill. Because if you tell them a little bit of something about it, you opened up Pandora's box and you have to explain the whole thing. And that's a problem. Okay? We're not here to mislead anybody. All we're looking to do is build curiosity and present it the right way. Okay? We had a meeting last week in Brooklyn. There was 12 people there. You know what I said to them? Right? A couple of heavy hitters in there, very powerful people there. I said, listen, the reason why you're here today is because the system works. The reason why everybody, because I know Eric did it 1,000% to the T. Some of them were skeptical. I don't know if they're going to come. Eric, do it the right way. They're always sitting in that room because the system works. Okay? Got me?
Don't change the formula.
Contact and invite. I'm telling you right now, it is the hardest part of the business. Okay? Because you want to talk. You don't say video. You don't say it's energy. You don't. All you want to do is give somebody a clear perspective of what you're showing them. That's it. That's the hardest part. Okay? And develop a system. My wife's heavily involved in this business as well. We have 3 kids. I got a business. It's hard for us to juggle. So what I do is I create a system. The system is 1 week I do all my contact and invites, pounding the phone, okay, and getting people. The next week, I set all the appointments, and I work around me and my wife's schedule. So I know that I have a soccer game to go to at this date. I black it out, and I work around my schedule. Okay, so it's not like I'm calling my wife and say, hey, no, I know that's covered. It's important. Get organized. Okay? Get organized. Okay? Any questions on this? We're a small group, and we can ask questions.
I just gotta say something that I totally agree with what Mary was saying. Contact and invite is gonna be, if you master this, so practice, like, you know, hang up on yourself, like he said, if you have to, but practice, because if you get this down packed, your business will grow enormously. And I tell you, I don't divert to it, whether it's a good friend, someone that has succeeded in network marketing, and like someone that has heard that they think that they know what it is. I mean, because I've had a guy, I mean, he was a top in Mary Kay, believe it or not. He stopped, and he's still calling me from Arizona or something, and he's like every day, well, you know I do my own spin on this, just tell me. I said, nope. I said, you can call me every single day, so you blew the face. I said, when you have 15 to 20 minutes and you're sitting by your computer, I'll let you know what it's about. And so I don't give it up. I had another director that I drove 2 hours away to meet her because we're good friends, and she's like, I can't believe you wouldn't release a little bit of information to me, and I've been asking you every single day. I won't do it either. I won't give the link unless I hear it, and I'm on, if it's on the phone, unless I hear it and I hear the video playing and I stay on the phone. I'll mute and go do stuff with my kids and look, but they don't know that. Because I'm telling you, that's the biggest tip. Do not take it serious and do that. It's not a long process unless you know the person, like Mario said, that you want to do that, and then at the end say, oh, by the way, chime into that. You need that. You're gonna either be in their area, or you're gonna, need them.
You're always in there.
Yeah, I know you're always in that area. You're always in, but I'm saying if they can't get there, you're not doing that. Then you're gonna see what availability. Respect their time as well as you want to respect your time. But don't talk about it honestly, because I'm gonna tell you why. If you told me something on the phone, I might sound excited, like, oh man, that sounds great. And in my head, I'm going, yeah, right. I'm never gonna take this appointment. I'm never gonna talk to him. But you don't see that,
Right.
so you don't know. So you're like, no, he's not gonna do that to me. He's saying, and then they blow you off. And they don't, and maybe someone else that does it differently, they'll come in their business. So if you really want to open fresh perspective, do it exactly the way
Yeah.
Mario said.
And just be real. You know, if it's, you know, give you a couple other scenarios. If it's a business person, you know, I'll call them up and I'll compliment. Hey, listen, you're a smart business guy. I got involved in another business, and you know what? I'd like to share the opportunity. I think you're one of the people that I would want to talk to about. Okay, when you're available. Mario, what's it about? You know what? I'd rather come by and see you. You know? Yeah.
Now, does this work better for people that you want to bring into the business or just for customers as well?
No.
Customers is something, what she said, that's just somebody, you just like to give them price protection, and I'll get into, actually, let's back that. This is only for, you're showing the opportunity. This is for only people that you want to bring in, just like you, okay? Matter of fact, he showed it to him remotely, right?
Yes.
Okay, so, just to enhance a little bit of her, you do it the same exact way. You call them up, if somebody lives in another state, or he lives in New York, and he lives in Jersey, same thing you say, call them up, get it to, hey, when are you gonna have a few minutes in front of your computer? You don't, like Big Lisa says, you don't send the link in advance, you don't do anything. You call them up, okay, Joe, I'm in front of the computer, type in this link, right? Press play, as soon as you hear the music, as soon as you hear it starting, they're watching the program, okay? Whether you wanna stay on or call back, but make sure they watch it.
I recommend you stay on. I'm telling you, stay on. I could tell you a couple of nightmares, and then people put no in front. People say like so someone walked in, they stopped it, they paused it, they got bored, they went to the bathroom, they got hungry. Like I'm telling you, I hear every excuse out there. If you don't stay on, some people say they couldn't see it, but if you stay, for some reason, if they know you're listening, they won't say negative things about the video, they won't talk to someone else, they won't start, doing, if they know you're listening. So even if you're not listening, let them think you're listening, is what I'm trying to say. Don't, and also you're showing them how important they are to you. So I believe, and I'm saying this, so everyone that I've stayed on the video, on the phone with has gone great. Everyone that I've heard from my downline that's gotten off, it's always a nightmare.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it happens to
So,
her. So stay on the
What
phone.
happens? Yeah, you can, if you stay on the phone, it's fine. Whatever you want to do. Okay, so the next thing, everybody knows where that video is, right? Video presentation.info, okay? Be prepared that you're going to go to a place that does not have internet connection. So figure out a way to download it on your iPad, your tablet, your laptop, whatever it's going to be, okay? That's a big problem in the beginning. A lot of new people think they're going to meet someone at a Starbucks or a Barnes Noble, get free Wi-Fi, and something happens. Be prepared to have that video playing. I don't depend on the internet at all, okay? I download it, it's there, okay? All right. So basically, you're in front of the customer. Now, this is the section that I call press play, okay? So, all you do is get in front of that person. They don't know, if you do it the right way, they don't know what you're going to do. They don't know if you're going to talk, you don't know if you're going to PowerPoints, but whatever. Basically, what I do is I sit down and I say, hey, listen, you know what? I don't have much time. You're busy. Instead of explaining it to you, I have a really short video. It's about 12, 13 minutes. I'd rather just show you the business. It's better visually. That's it. That's it. I don't go beyond that. It's really a couple of sentences, okay? I don't explain. All I do is press play. Just introduce it to video, okay? That's it. Hey, you know what? You're busy. I'm busy. I only have 20 minutes. Instead of explaining it to you, I'd rather show you a video. We'll explain it in detail. Okay? That's it. Just press play. Okay? During that time, what are you doing?
Watching the video with them.
You're watching the video. That's very, very, very important. It's your business. It's your business
You gotta
model.
watch it like it's the first time you
That's it. You're going to be staring at it, right? John says all the time.
You
Just watch that
gotta
video.
put toothpicks in his eyes.
Yeah.
I watch it. I can recite that video.
I know every time Lena's house is coming out, the dogs, her, John. I see every time I see everybody. I can tell you about the video.
If you're sitting there and you're watching the video, right? And you're looking at your phone,
They're not gonna do
I look at that just as serious. And what I do is, we were talking about this the other day, okay? Is I make it very serious with someone. I tell people, like, if somebody's looking for their phone, no. I've stopped the video a couple of times. No, listen, I'm serious here. This is my business. This is my future. Okay, this is what I'm gonna, do well with. I am doing well. You know what? You have to take this serious. I'm only asking for a few minutes. Please just put your phone away, shut it off, do whatever you got to do. Okay? Very, very important. Also picking a place, having a quiet place. When we were showing the video to someone, Eric and I together, guy kept getting disturbed. He stopped. I said, hey, wait a minute. I'm serious here. You have two guys in this business that's showing you an opportunity of freedom. You can't be disturbed. Right? You looked at me like, what are you
What are you talking
doing?
about? That's the world.
I said, listen, put your phone down. I said, tell you people you can't take it because I'm serious about this. How did that tone totally change?
Told the guys don't.
He
disturb.
told the guys, I don't want to be disturbed because I'm with two gentlemen. Create the atmosphere. Create the seriousness.
I do the same thing. You know what I say?
First thing I do if I'm in someone's office,
uninterrupted time.
right? If I'm in someone's office, I shut their door. Shut the door.
He locks
You're
Puts his desk in
You're
front
really
of his
making
chair.
you're really making that debate. What I'm saying is, create the seriousness, okay? And if you gotta have that confidence to create the seriousness, okay? And that's all your job is. All your job is just to be serious and press play. That's it. The pressure's off. You don't do anything else after that, okay? Now, before this is happening, there's a thing called the third party, okay? So I'm sure everybody knows, but you're gonna know now, okay? So Joe, I knew what's it? I knew.
Now?
Yeah, I'm gonna go into that now. What's gonna happen is I knew you were getting on the phone. I knew I was expecting your call. He acted like I just put me on the phone, but I knew a lot about you before you called. So when you make the contact, and this is all about relating with people, you're gonna call somebody in the upline because you're gonna call Eric and basically say, hey, I got a sharp guy or woman or whatever. I'm gonna show him the opportunity to. And we're gonna ask some basic questions. What's your name? Where do you live? What does he do? Because I want to relate to that person. Did you notice when I was talking a lot about cooking?
Yeah, about your
I was
pizza
talking
in the
about.
backyard.
Okay, I'm related.
I caught you.
Okay.
He's a
So,
step ahead of you.
I'm
You're
sure.
from Brooklyn.
But you know what? But you know what happened? You're here today.
That's right.
So, I know he's a smart guy.
You wanna know why I'm here today? Because I asked him.
There you go.
He called me just for a quote, but I told him I want to make money.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Do it.
Right.
That's what
You know what?
I messed up.
Look, no, you didn't mess up. I want to make a comment as to what he said. You're also gonna, when you're living a different life like Lela and John, people are now curious. Like before, they used to make fun of that they're trading time for the little bit of money. Now they're making something terrible, able to do, come as they want. But when people see your confidence level, Mario, go walking around doing this, they want to know what are you involved in? What are you doing that's making you happy?
Presentation.
Or when you approach them about a customer, maybe you didn't think, or you're just talking, they might ask you. So that has happened to me
That's
a
what
lot of
happened.
places, and I just say, you know what? I'm happy you asked me that question, but you know what? I said, when do you have the same thing? Contact me, like then I switch it into when do you have 50 uninterrupted time?
Exactly what
And
it is.
then wherever I'm gonna book it and get the third party set up, I'm gonna do it always the right way so
My,
it's duplicated.
you know, my wife, there's a lot of, my wife gets together with people with play dates with the kids. I told my wife, you can never show the opportunity that way. Because it's never gonna happen. And she's learned. It's a lot of distractions, kids, who's playing? No. You have a play date with the kids. Have a play date with the kids.
Do it late another
Okay?
time.
That's it. Now, there's been many times
Yeah.
where I've shown that video right on the spot.
Mhm.
Just that opportunity happened right there, and I'm like, hey, you know what? You know, I walked
You didn't know when you
into
was-
I walked into a friend of mine that was doing something, and I'm dropping off a sample for him. He's like, right, you're all excited. So I'm a little bit of a rush. He says, what do you got to say? You know, I got involved in this other thing, and I'm on my way to a meeting. Okay, there was no meeting, but I'm on my way to a meeting. And he says, what are you talking about? I said, you know what? Got a few minutes? He's like, yes. Let me show you what I'm involved in. But I got to make this really quick. So you know what? Instead of me explaining it, I'm going to show you this video because I don't have time. That was the time that I called Sandra, and I'm like, now.
Yeah. So that happens in a rare situation.
Yeah.
That's
Well, he's used to it by now. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that we want to know a little bit about the person. We want to match the person with the person. You were a good fit, so I said, I'll take the call. If not, we have a whole pool of people, right? You know, I have a doctor in my group, I hooked him up with another doctor. You know, fire chiefs, police officers, whatever the case may be. If I'm going to introduce this to a police officer, I would ask David Diaz-Zeus. If I can introduce this to a mechanic, I would get out. What I'm saying to you is that you want to match up the person, and you go to an upline, and you guys make a decision who's the best fit. Once you get to know me, you're going to know who's the best fit for it, okay? A lot of times, if we're showing in New Jersey, I'll do it because I'm familiar with the Jersey market. Same thing with Connecticut, same thing with Brooklyn. If I showed anything in Brooklyn, I'm going to get Eric to do it because he's familiar there, okay? What happens is, you're going to call and you're going to say, hey, Joe, I'm going to be there or you're going to call me and you'll say, I'm going to be there at Saturday at 12 o'clock. Okay, I'm going to check my schedule and see if I'm available. All right, I'm available. Okay, Joe, I'll do it. You tell me a little bit about the person, understand. When you go in, right before you're going to press play, okay, you're going to get my number and you're going to text the word now. What now means is that you just press play, and within 13 minutes, I have to be free. Okay, I'm free. Well, I mean, wherever I am, I'm stepping out. That's a little bit of a courtesy. Let me know now, so you don't keep me on the hook for 5 hours, that type of thing. Okay? And when I'm doing it, what happens is when you're done, a lot of people have problems with this. When you're done with the video, okay, you can just simply say, hey, you know what? I have a business partner. You know, I haven't spoken to him all day, or I like to call him. You know what? I'm gonna get him on the phone right now. You're not asking permission.
No.
What?
Sometimes people say no.
I'm already down.
Yeah.
I'm already down. I'm down that number.
I don't want to talk to them.
I'm down that number. So what I do, how I do it is I text you now, and I already have the number up. And the minute that video's over, it didn't even stop. I'm pressing the number. So the first thing, you're gonna have that moment of awkwardness for about 3 seconds. When you call, listen, I'm putting a guy on the phone, he's my business partner. I'm putting the guy on the phone that I'm friends with, that I'm involved with. And you know what? He's gonna answer some questions you may have. Okay.
He knows a little more about it.
Sometimes you may want to tell people in advance. You know, it all depends on your. The bottom line is this is the most important part right here. And a lot of people are afraid to do this. You're just putting someone on the phone. Okay. That's simple. Okay. If you do not do the third party, don't even show the video. Okay. Now, during the third party, what do? You do absolutely nothing. You don't interject. You know, that's my time. I have the hardest part of the person doing the third party is really working the business. Your job is just to press play, right? Get in front of someone, press play, that's all you're doing. Third party is my thing. I would suggest if you're new, because you will have to do third parties. I'm doing third parties. Put me on speakerphone. Hear what I'm saying. Okay? Hear it. I'm not going to get into what the third party is. I actually teach people how to do the third party. Okay? All it is right now is just get on the phone and relate to them. I always start off, something John told me, always start off positive. You've seen this opportunity we're involved in. You know, what did you like most about the video?
There you go.
Sets that tone. And then I'm just me. You know, then I get into it. Well, do you kind of understand it? Do you know what multi-level, you know, not to say multi-level, I said, do you know what residual income's all about? Set it, forget it. You heard it. You know, you go into it. Then I relate to that. Well, by the way, what do you do? Oh, Michelle, I love to cook too. The pizza oven in the back, you know, the whole 9 yards, okay? So what I'm trying to say is that, look, you want to educate them about the business, and you want to relate them. But the goal is you really want to make it short. I try to keep it within 5 to 7 minutes. If it goes 20 minutes, then it goes 20 minutes, okay? But I'm very careful for what I'm saying to you, because I just want to keep you just enough to be enticed, just enough to get you excited, but not tell you everything, okay? So the third party is a little bit more of an art than a science, and it changes with everything. There's no script.
Matt, can you hit on one thing? Hit on the edification. How important is, I get with a lot of people on the phone and it's like a hot potato. Oh, John, this is Eric. Guys, this is about relation. Mario, talk about not a lot, not 5 minutes, not talking ears off a brass monkey. 30 seconds about building both people up before you hand a hot potato.
That's exactly it. You know, he's right. Sometimes you get the phone, call it. No.
Happens. Yeah.
Okay. Be comfortable when you're getting somebody on the phone. Be excited. I tell people all the time, you know, how I really do it is I don't want somebody to feel blindsided. I'm already down that number. Who you calling? I always listen. There's a guy who brought me into the business. Okay, now you gotta understand something. There's no difference if I do it, John does it, Joel does it, Bob. We all do it the same exact way. I've done third parties for John. A few levels above me. Okay? So all I'm saying that you do, I can answer anybody's question when I'm in front of them. I still do a third party. And I promote that person. Listen, sharp guy I'm going to put you on the phone with. He's a guy who brought me into business. Or I can say he's a guy that's, I actually, just to really train people, I have my downlines now do all my third parties. Okay? I don't say they're below me. I just say, hey, I got a friend of mine, you know what? I got him into the business. Guy's loving life. It's a friend of mine. I haven't spoken to him all day. I want to introduce you to him. Tell you how serious his business is. And I'll answer any questions you may have. Boom. Just go like that. Okay? And your job is do not interrupt, do not add, do not discuss. Let me do my thing. Okay?
How long did it take you to get to that point of being cool with it? You know what I mean?
You know, when John says, you gotta learn, you gotta go to meetings. There's no time. It could be a month, it could be 6 months, it could be whatever. But you know what? John told me something that was very important. I teach this with everybody all the time. the quicker you take it away from me, and you understand something, this is your business. All my job is to help you. It's your business. You own a franchise. Whether you believe it or not, you own a green energy franchise. So my job is to help you. Okay? So as quick as you want to run, the quickest we're gonna go. I have no problem. You hear, let's say 3-4 third parties, and you come and tell me. You say, Mario, I think I got this. You know what? I'll put you on the phone with me. Because you know what? You can never say the wrong thing to the right guy. The guy that I could have just hung up on you, you would have got it. Okay? Because you wanted it.
Yeah.
That's the people you're looking for. You're looking for people that want it. And I tell the story all the time to one of Anthony's associates that he was supposed to get me on. I said, Anthony, I got a very short window of opportunity to do this third party. I got my kids. I got a lot of things going on. I'm out at 12 o'clock. 12:30 comes, he's not calling. Text him. Like, what are you doing? I have to leave. I don't know what happened. The guy's late. Couldn't get cell reception, whatever. 1 o'clock comes, I'm leaving my house. I'm driving my kids to the game. It's a crazy day. I get he's training someone else, so I didn't really do it right. But anyway, guy texts me now. It's like at the worst possible moment. And I'm texting him like
No.
I can't.
No.
Call someone else.
No.
No. He goes, you got to do it. It'll be okay. I'm carrying soccer balls. My kids are running around. It's crazy. Okay. I get on the phone with this guy. I felt it was a really not bad. It just wasn't my game. And I told the guy, I said, listen, I'm really sorry. I said, I'm a little crazy. I said, I'm in the middle of 20 things. I said, Anthony called me. He's a serious guy. And if he's put me on the phone with you today, then I'm going to spend 5 minutes with you. But I only have like 3 minutes. Okay? But you know what? The guy came on board. 2 reasons. One, the guy knew I'm a real guy. He knows I'm with my kids.
All right.
He knows I'm already running around. I took the call because it was the guy that called me. I take him serious. Okay? Okay, and you know what? I couldn't say nothing bad to this guy. I mean, it was really like 3 minutes on the phone with him. And that was it. The guy came in, board, we met, and I explained the situation and so forth, okay? So that's a simple procedure. 2 last things you do, okay? Okay? The minute what you do, okay, so step up. The next thing you do afterwards is you exit. When I am over, when I'm done with that third party, show's over. Whatever you add from that point forward, it's going down. Whatever questions that guy or that person had is already been answered by me. Okay? You don't run out. You don't throw people out. I mean, I kind of do, but that's something else. What I'm saying is, when I'm showing it, right? I tell you this all the time, right? If I'm showing it for hours and the guy, listen, you gotta leave. What do you mean you gotta go? I said, I'm busy, I'm crazy. I told you I only have 20 minutes of my time.
Yeah.
He said, well, no. I put you on the phone with the guy. He explained a lot of things. I'll follow up with you in a couple of days. Okay. The easiest way to do this, you have to get out of the situation. I'm like the band, do it, and I'm out of there. Okay? I tell people all the time, I only shut my car if I'm out of there. As soon as that third party's done, you have to break. Because the minute you start talking more, it just goes downhill. You go from 100% to 0 by the time you want to give, you don't want to give every bit of information. When people think about it, look what you did. You contacted him, you showed him a video, you put him on with a stranger. That's enough. You did enough that day. Okay? The easiest way I exit the room is very simple. Okay? I say, listen, I know you're going to have a few questions. Okay, I understand that. Once you write down all the questions that you may have, I'm going to follow up with you in a couple of days. And I always give them the date. So if I'm on a Wednesday, I'm going to call you Friday at about 11 o'clock. Are you available? Is it okay? Okay. They will always pick up your call if you do it that way. They won't go in the Viridian Witness Protection Program. We say, okay, listen, you have to let them know that you just showed them an opportunity. That they take it, they don't, whatever, but be real with them, okay? That's what I do. I'm going to follow up in a couple of days, okay? Now, if the person's really excited, I want to know more, I'll tell you what I'll do. And I'll invite them to a meeting or whatever's next. Now, if it's close, if it's 3 weeks from now, I don't, okay? If it's close, I'll say, hey, there's a meeting right down the street in Brooklyn, or there's a meeting in Marlboro, or wherever they may live. Once you come to me, you know what, I'm going to go. You can come as my guest. I'll take you, I'll show you all the top leaders, blah, 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 blah. Or you can give them, if there's nothing so close, liveviridian.com or Live Viridian. Powerful information. Or if somebody says, hey, I'm going to do some research, you know what? We want to point them to the place to research. It's a lot better than Googling and go to some other site that may not really represent us the right way, okay? So you always leave them with a tool. Invite them somewhere, it's called escalation. Invite them somewhere, okay? Or send them there, but leave them with something positive, okay? Leave them with something positive. Now, the magic, so I'm gonna go, you know what, before I go into this, I'm gonna go into one thing. I break down the steps, I tell people to write this on an index card, okay? So I'm gonna break this down to 5 steps. I don't know how we created this, but it happened. Contact, press play, third, 4 is shut up, 5 is exit.
Matt, what'd you get in penmanship when you were in school?
That's why I type. That's it. That's why I didn't want to write down my list. Anyway, sorry about penmanship, but that's it. These are the 5 steps of the business. I broke it down. I created it to be really simple. Okay? Contact and invite. That's the hardest part. It's where you're involved. Okay? Play. Your job is just to press play. Quick, you press play. Many times you press play. That's it. That's the business. Right? This is a numbers game. Right? You keep showing people. Third party. Somebody. Okay? In the third party, I put parentheses. Now. And you know what I put here? Upline. So call your upline when you make an appointment. Okay? One thing else I'll say with the contact and invite. Okay? When you call somebody, you have the one shot. If you do not get an appointment on that phone by the time you get off, guess what happens the second time? You're annoying. Second time, you're annoying. The third time, you're never going to show them. It's important to get them on the phone. It's not like, I don't know, we'll see. No, Eric, listen, once again, you're setting serious. Eric, you know, my time is very valuable. You know I'm running around. You know I got a business. I got to lock you down to a time so I'm going to come by. You know what I'm saying? Get that call. Okay. Press play.
Alright,
Third, yeah.
quick question. Now, obviously, I'm new here, and I just did this last night. You know, I finally came aboard and I did the certification stuff. Now, you know, when Eric first contacted me and stuff, and he was giving me some information, to me this almost sounded like, you know, a pitch, like a cold call and stuff. Now, I know that this, according to the cold call laws, this is only legal with people that you know. When you contact people you know.
This is warming up contacts.
You never contact somebody that you don't know.
No,
Am I
Knock
correct?
on
you
doors,
cannot.
no. You don't
Because
knock
if
on
you
doors.
contact somebody you don't know and go with the pitch, it's
That's
considered
why you
cold
agree.
call.
That's a great question. That's why you're writing the list. It's your warming up. You're a little bit different of a case because you were a customer first, right?
Almost.
Okay. So what I'm saying to you is, yeah, you want to relate to the people. You don't want to call strangers. Now, has there been moments where I would never show this to a complete stranger? No, because you have no bond with them. You're just a scam artist. What are you going to show them? They don't know me. They don't know I'm successful. They don't know I have a family. They don't know I have kids. They don't know me. So where's it going to come from? Okay? You know, if you want to relate to, have I shown it to people I don't know that well? Have I shown it to people that come visit me and we're working on something and I just, something about them kind of made me think? I say, but I'll be honest with them. And I say, hey, Joe, I really don't know you that well. But you know what? I got involved in something, you know. Are you interested in showing it? I know maybe a little bit awkward that I don't know you, but you know what? Your first 5 seconds or 10 minutes that I met you, I think you're a smart guy. I could do that. Okay? But I feel comfortable doing that. Okay? But at that point, we're involved in something, whatever that may be. Okay? So that's a very good question. Okay? Third party, that's your hardest part. I'm sorry. Press and play, third party, I take over at that point, or your upline or downline takes over. Your job is to shut up, don't say anything, don't interrupt, don't say anything. Okay? All you're gonna do is confuse it. And exit, get out of there. Okay? And the most important thing is the follow-up. The magic is in the follow-up. Don't expect people to sign up right there and then. Right? So last thing I'm gonna talk about, you know what, John, take over.
Mario, while you write that, I want to say something. I know he's new. I'm going to give you a little insight. With like a stranger, you could talk to somebody you don't know, a customer. Like I'll tell you, I spoke to people I did know, and she was saying like, my daughter wants solar. My daughter's having problems with her electric and gas. So I was like, okay, give me your daughter's information, and can you please tell your daughter that I will be calling her on this and this day. the daughter was waiting for my call. Oh, my mother told me you helped her. So referrals, yes, we can ask for.
Have them on my mother.
Strangers,
Right, have them on my
strangers, like let's say he lives in a complex and he wants to say, like my aunt took me to, hey, my niece is in this building and she's helping so and so. You know, so someone else can introduce you to someone else. Someone else can refer you to someone else. And if that leads to like them saying, what do? You know, book that as a different appointment, but as customers, you could take referrals and you can help other people like that. And then with the video thing, I will tell you, because you're going to start practicing showing the video, as much as you pay attention to that video, they'll take it serious. Because if you want them to say, you know what, put your uninterrupted time, I tell people 15 minutes uninterrupted, please. If they're giving you 15 minutes, you gotta give them the same. So your phone goes off too, their phone goes off, and you have to watch it like you've never watched it before. And that's how they'll say, you know what, this business is, because if you, let's imagine the chaos. If you hanging out on your phone, them, or they start getting interrupted, they'll never take the business serious. Because
Exactly.
everybody's fooling around while the video's getting played, or you know, you're leaving, they're leaving. Not that you're gonna do that, but this will help you for future. If you see people doing that, you go, look, it's a business opportunity. I put my phone away, can you put yours? And let's just watch this together.
Yeah.
And the rest will happen when you're
You know, that's important because I did have an associate that I didn't realize that when they were showing the video, they were leaving the room. They were doing laundry, they were
I've
doing,
seen it.
and I didn't know. Even though I explained it and I said it to them, take it serious and all that, finds out that this new person coming was doing the same thing. So I kind of caught him. I'm like, what are you doing? And I drove out there and I sat them down and I stopped it right there. That's why you getting in touch with your people. You know, when you start building a team, get in touch with people and just kind of critique. Look, we're all new here, okay? We're all new. You're going to make mistakes, okay? The difference is I'm not going to allow anybody to make the mistakes that I made in the beginning. That's why Eric came into my business and he's went past me in a quicker time than I did, right? That's the goal because I won't allow him to make mistakes. We're on him, but I reach out to him, right? Eric, what's going on? How you doing? Well, and we go, bless you. Okay, all right, God bless you. Next thing, 3 to 5 exposures, okay? To get, typically someone comes on board. This is not, you know, an impulse thing, okay? And I'll talk about that in a second, okay? First one is probably like the contact and invite, right? Then you press and play. That's 2. Third party's 3. 4 and 5 could be a meeting, introduce them to someone else, Liberty and whatever. It takes 3 to 5, okay? Right now, we were actually talking with my wife last night at dinner. So right now, I'm juggling about 18 people that I've shown the video to. One's coming on board on Monday. I think another one's coming on board on Tuesday. But I have 16. See, really, not many people say no. You just reach out to them after a while. You know, we talked the story with Anthony, one of my strongest lines. It come on for 11 months. My real estate agent, I showed him, it was like number 3 or 4, 2 years ago. It's coming to my business on Monday. Just keep in touch with people. Don't be annoying. Hey, Joe, how you doing? You know, how's everything? You know, good. How's the family? Hey, by the way, did you ever think of that opportunity? No, you know, that type of thing. Okay. Now, this is something I do. It's a little controversial, but I'm who I am. Okay. If I'm showing you the opportunity, I wasted a lot of time with people. John calls them donuts. People that haven't do anything.
Donuts?
Donuts. Yeah, you don't do. No, not the ones you eat.
Not the eating donuts.
So, donut meaning 0. What I'm saying to you is this. You know, I take this extremely serious, and this is what I do. It's only my opinion. Okay. Is unless it's a very rare case, I don't sign anybody up on the spot. I don't want that impulse, especially people that I hang with. 200. It's. Could you take cash? I'm like, no, I don't take cash. You're paying, you know, the company. But what I do is I explain to them. I say, listen, I'm really serious about this. I don't make any, and I'm honest with people. I don't make any money. You signing up. That's always in my third party. So that's one of the things I know. Somehow I say, hey, Joe, listen. Eric says you're a good guy. Listen, we don't make any money. $2.99, or in this case, $99 is special. Goes to corporate. They have an expense. They set up your website. They send you a book. You're going to get this big book. They give you all this unlimited information.
Please silence the cell phones.
Yeah. I think that's your job at every meeting.
Yes, it is.
And the watch phone.
It's
I got
the
someone to
watch. The
phone.
phone is on silent, it's the watch.
So what I'm saying is, I want people to be serious. Okay, I don't make no money. Okay, you signing on board. So what I do, and it's not, you can sign something around the spot. I'm not discouraging that, but I've learned from my personal thing. It's like say, hey, you want to sign up? Because signing up, it's an hour and a half process, right? So what I tell them is, listen, I don't have time right now. Or, you know what, why don't you think about it? I really want you to roll me. I really want you to be serious with me. Okay? I want to teach you. I'm investing time in you. and I don't want to waste my time. So once you think about it, once you go home, we'll set an appointment for me to come over and we'll do it the right way. And that's it. In the meanwhile, I'll say, listen, get your bills prepared, get your checking prepared, right? So I'll go over that in a second. That's what I do, and my success rate's been a lot better. Okay, people come on board. Getting people on board is easy for me. I can believe me. The $100 is nothing. Especially people that just have an incredible amount of money that we're dealing with. Okay, it's not about the $100. It's not about you. It's about you being serious. Okay. So last step I'm going to go over. Okay. When someone comes on board, this is the key to the business. Now you're already on, right? You're here today. You're serious. Okay. 3 things I do, and I schedule 1 to 1.5 hours. There's 3 things that I do. I sign them up, meters, banking, okay, I help them with their list, okay. I don't just say, here's my link. I don't just say, go home and take the test. I let them do it, because what you're doing is you're teaching them to start someone off right. The key to this business is starting people off right. The whole problem, when they leave my house, they have a turnkey business. You know what? I can't do much more than that. If I took Joe, my responsibility as you coming as a leader, you coming into my business, is to start you the right way and give you a turnkey business. 90% of people fail doing this. Okay.
Yep.
Hour and a half. I sign them up. I let them sign them up. I give my keyboard. I make sure it's my website. You know, if you want to practice, you sign people up on the me. So make sure you have a website. I'm just joking. What I'm saying is that you sign them up. I let them do it. Type in your information. You know, it can be remotely, whatever, right? Then afterwards, I take them through all the tests. This is the sign up. I take them through all the tests. Make sure they pass. I've seen that test 1,000 times. I know the answers before the questions come. Okay, but I don't answer them. Okay, if they're wrong, I'll guide them. I'll say, listen, you know what? Why don't you rethink this again? Okay? You're wrong, but let's think about it. Right. So I'll get to that. The second thing I do after that is, you know, depends. It doesn't matter what order. I enter their meters. If anything,
Let them enter.
let them enter it. But if anything, I got their meters. At least if something was worth. I can't tell you how many people didn't put their own meters in. Okay. Some of them even became my customers after a while. But meters, also solar, if they qualify for solar. Banking, make sure they put the banking. You know, they can explain to them. It's exciting. Listen, you won't put your banking, you're going to start getting money right away. Bonuses come in right away. It's exciting. Okay? Then I help them with their list. I'll create their list. I'll listen, this is the 3 things. If we have time, if I get that person that's really excited, I'll make them start calling 3 people. Okay, basically they're just calling up, they invite somebody, and I'm hanging up on it. That's really how it goes down. Okay, just to get them started. Okay, this right here is the magic of the business. When you do this with someone, okay, if anything, you left there with a customer. Okay, and you're teaching them the process. How do you go to someone and tell them to enter their meters if you haven't shown them how to enter? How are you going to go out and get people if you don't know? Okay, and I do this in one time. There is no interruptions. Okay. One last thing I'm going to say, because actually it was brought up in the other meeting. I said that a couple of times, but all right. Last thing I'm going to say is David DeAzeus loves this. Okay, I call this the spouse factor. Okay, your spouse, significant other, they have a couple of choices. They're in. They're out, but they got to be supportive. They have to support what you're doing, and that's a conversation you're gonna have. My wife did not come into this business in the very beginning. You know, when she was ready, I sat her down, showed a video. If you want your wife involved, sit her down. Eric's wife decided to come on board. Okay, show the video. My wife did a third party, just like a brand new prospect. It's very powerful when your significant other is involved with you. But if they don't want to be involved, that's fine. But they can't interfere. I can't tell you. In the beginning, you have a guy showing the video and the wife walks, and I hear him in the background doing the you're showing that damn thing? What are you doing that thing in my house? No. I told him, listen, I don't want to be rude, but you have to remove your wife from the room. I can't concentrate with here screaming. I mean, it's crazy. But you know what? It's his fault for not sitting down and saying, hey honey, listen, I believe in this, I'm gonna do this. If you don't want nothing to do with it, I understand. Okay, totally understand, I get it. We all got things to do. My wife's not involved in my traditional business at all. okay? I don't want her. That's it. In this business, she's involved to do it as a team, okay? It's very important. Now, the goal is you know, I tell the story all the time in Rhode Island that I usually ask that in a lot of third parties. You know, do you think this is something you and your wife can do together? And they always say no. Nah, sure. Listen, I'll tell you what we do. When we come to a meeting, okay, could you bring her? Good sport of you to talk to my wife. I guarantee you she meets my wife or meets some other women she's going to come aboard. Happening, we went to Rhode Island and we signed up 8 people in Rhode Island. I called them up, I said, listen, do you think your wife will be involved? Nah, all of them. They're all Italians, no way, no. Listen, I'll tell you what I'm going to bring my wife with me. I'm going to drive 4 hours. We're going to come there, we're going to stay there. Probably, you know, you said something about mention. Let's just make my wife feel comfortable. Do me a favor, could you have all the wives there? Just have your wife come, so my wife doesn't feel out of place. Every one of them joined. So I left there, I went there with 8 associates. I left there with 16. And the women really won't do anything. Okay? It's very important. Okay? That's it. Just let them understand what you're doing. If they want in, they want in. They don't, that's fine too. Okay? But let them be supportive because you're going to be gone. They may have to drop off the kids or whatever they're going to do. Okay? Any questions? I'm done. Hopefully you got something out of it. And that's it.
Great job. Let's hear it from Mario. Couple minutes and we'll finish up. Mario, I got a question for you. You were super high successful guy on Wall Street. That's a fact. That's a fact. Made a lot of money. A lot of money. And you left Wall Street, correct me if I'm wrong, not because it was impractical or wasn't successful, but because of stress. Am I correct?
Stress and, you know, a couple of reasons. One was stress, and I realized no matter how high I was, I really was a number. And, you know, John says it's kind of lonely at the top. When you're up there, right, a very wealthy guy that very lucky in my career on Wall Street, took me as a mentor. And he says, you know, when you get to the top, he says, you know what happens? You're only coming down. You only come down, right? What's the expression? You don't, you know. I don't
Be
say
careful what you say to the people on the
right.
way up, because you're going to see the same people
So
on the
what
way
happens
down.
is, like we talk about all the time, people always go, now listen, I was very lucky. Nobody, you know, I played a lot of politics and nobody knocked me off my pedestal, but I left when I was on top. Okay, and when I left, I'll tell you this quick story. When I left, my boss at the time, we were executive levels, and I really had a role at the time. I mean, I had great expense accounting, great position. A lot of people wanted me. He looked me right in the face. I'll never forget this. And he took me to the conference room. He says, "You're insane." I said, "I'm leaving the industry." I didn't tell him where I was going. "You're insane." 6 months later, he called me for a job.
Cool, you
He called me for a job. Imagine that.
Did you leave for fruity?
No,
they
I
were-
left for traditional business.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
For my
Now,
restaurants.
now here's my next question.
You got money?
Here's my next question. Now you become super successful. If you notice, you hear the stories, right? You hear Elon Musk sold PayPal, had a couple $100 million, and then he went broke. How come guys like Donald Trump, Elon Musk, all these other people are on a smaller scale, but a very successful scale, how come those people, why do you think it is that everybody re-lands on their feet and gets to the top? Why is that?
Perseverance.
Right.
Perseverance. It's the same thing in this industry. Once you course correct and get it right, it don't matter the color of your skin, the accent you have, what country you're from, you're on a level playing field. And I saw that this weekend with the best in the world in this industry. I was with them, me and Bob Quintana. Bob Quintana, our mentor, spoke center stage in front of the top people in the world. People that have made $80 million, $100 million that used to be regular, average people. Right? So why did Mario Persico leave something at a high level, do something he never did before, and now he's a huge business owner? But more importantly, my question to Mario, why is a guy that lives the lifestyle you live, you don't need this. No, I'm being honest with you. You don't need this financially. Why are you here on a Sunday morning?
That's a loaded question.
No, really. Why are you here? Where's your
The
vision?
video's on, the video's off.
Where's your vision?
It's for the money, right? Or you think it's for the money. And then it changes, and you realize that really the business is all about helping people. Right? It's about helping people. But this is the key. The more people that you help, the more successful you become. So in my traditional business, what am I doing? I'm bidding a job. So it taught me a lot about life, about myself. Because every day that I go out and bid a job, I have to steal that job from somewhere else. Right? There's only one job. You have 5 of us bidding. If I win that job, someone else is not feeding off that job. It's really a doggy world, okay? In this business, I want to help everybody. Save a few bucks, go green, and you build a business. So the more successful people become, and the more we bond with people, but besides that, it's the best business model I have ever seen. And I say it all the time. God forbid something's to happen in my tradition. And I love my traditional business. I do love going to work every day. I like what I do. I have a lot of great employees, great location. I mean, I have it all. Okay, but I have to go get that. I have to go up every day and go there. Okay, I have people in my office today working on a Sunday because we're just overloaded with stuff. Okay, but the difference is I have to go every day. And I have an expense and I have aggravation. In this business, the reason why I like it's the most business, and really who really showed it to me was Bob Quintana. Crazy amount of money, like just insane. Not one employee, not one expense, not one aggravation, not one headache. All he's doing is building leaders. So by doing good, you receive good. There is no other model out there that tops this model. And if God forbid something happens, I would only do this full time, or this, without a doubt, it's the best. Also, what I said in the meetings that we have, which I read a fact, there's more millionaires produced by multi-level marketing than any other profession. That's doctors, lawyers, traditional business. That's it. The bottom line is, and he says, everybody has an equal playing field. I came into this business, you want to talk about green? Not energy green, just really having no, I didn't even know how to choice. There's millions of guys like me, or millions of women like me. And here I am, I'm a smart business owner, right? Like John says, I didn't say that, John said that. Who says, and how did I not know that I had a choice in utilities? I just paid a bill every month. Didn't even know. So what I'm saying is that for $100 or $2.99, whatever your case may be, you come in and you can own a business that can make you crazy amount of money. So I tell people 2 things. I always close at the meeting in Brooklyn with 2 things. If you're a business owner, you want this part of your portfolio. You want this part of your portfolio. And if you're just an employee for somebody, if you're making someone else a lot of money, you have an opportunity to finally own your own business. It comes down to 2 categories. That's it. Okay? That's it, bro.
Thank you, Mario. Folks, I just got back from Dallas. I can tell you right now, my wife got the 10-gallon hat cleaned. I will be wearing a cowboy hat for the next 2 years. And if you want me, I'll be around here at local meetings. If you want me, come find me in Texas, and I'm going to tell you why. Well, and I got into business a little over 4 years ago. I showed the plan to Steve Levy. Loved it. Businessman. In my business to this day. Matter of fact, now he's hitting the ranks. You're going to see him go up to partner level within 3 months. And I'll get back to why he's going to do that. Showed it to his brother Mark Levy in California. Showed it to Jerry Kirsch out in Chicago. Showed it to Steve Lewis in New Jersey. Mike Reyes, back from New Jersey, back to Chicago, Mike Reyes. Janice Darby Coleman, beautiful woman on the south side of Chicago. Showed it to a gentleman, a pastor out in the south side of Chicago, Jackson Lucas. Jackson Lucas called me up because I went out and flew out and did meetings for him and Janice Coleman. They put about 100 people in 3 different rooms in one day on the south side. Right? So I wanted to connect with them. I wanted to find out who the next leader was that I'm going to latch on to. I get a call about 2 months ago from Reverend Jackson Lucas, and he says to me, hey, Big John, there's a gentleman I might be able to get on the phone that I think you'll resonate with. His name is Ephraim McDaniel. You'll be hearing that name around Viridian, okay? He's a former professional basketball player, sharp businessman. More importantly, he's a 30-year multi-level marketing pro that everybody knows, everybody trusts, and everybody loves. Shot in the dark, we talk about timing. I said, Jackson, if you get this guy on the phone, he goes, it might not be easy, Big John, it might not be easy. I said, that's right, if we don't knock on the door will never open. I get a text the next day, I don't remember exactly, I think it was 11:47 a.m. And he says, John, I got Ephraim McDaniel willing to speak with us for 5 minutes. I said, Lucas, let's do it. Call me. So now I get off the call I had. We get on the phone with Ephraim McDaniel. Now, we didn't traditionally show him the plan the way we're supposed to. I just needed to pique his curiosity, and I had 5 minutes to do it. That 5-minute call lasted 45 minutes because I kept grabbing him. I know when you're on the phone with a professional or anybody with high integrity, facts. Don't ever get caught veering off to something that's not true. Long story short, 2 months later, Ephraim McDaniel's in my business. I don't worry about anyone else. Love Steve Levy, love Mark Levy, love Jerry Kerr. She's a partner looking at Platinum Partner. Right? He's a senior director, Steve Levy. That's going to be a partner real soon because now he gets it. He didn't get it for a couple years. Now he gets it. Not that I don't love these people, but guess where I'm spending all my time? Big John spending all time with Ephraim McDaniel. You know what Ephraim McDaniel was doing? The first meeting, me and Bob Quintana went down to Dallas with about 2 days' notice to organize. Ephraim McDaniel was sitting down, you want to talk about a professional? Was sitting down in a room 3 hours before the meeting was going to start with his feet up, size 19 shoe. Was sitting down, you know what he had in his lap? He had 2 things. He had his phone, and he had a book. He had a book filled with names. Probably about 60 pages with names and numbers. He said, Big John, this book has made me millions and millions of dollars while other people are in their hamster wheel of life. Going to work, reporting to somebody else, making somebody else rich. Because, John, I want time freedom. I've always wanted. He goes, I don't like. He stood up in front of the room. You'll hear him speak if you go out to Dallas or Houston. He said, I don't like multi-level marketing. I love multi-level because there ain't nothing else in this world that can set you free. To have you totally detached from your life, to just focus on your family and have that money coming in the tent every single month. Nothing. That's why I brought this book. He was on that phone just connecting with people. He says, Darnell, Ephraim McDaniel, how you doing? I know we haven't spoken in a while, brother, but I got something for you. He just connected with people. And if he didn't get him, he left a message, made a chat next to the names, call back. And I always say when you lack in skill, you make up in numbers. The people that he had, me and Bob Quintana meeting, a lot of you have seen, I just showed you the demo tape of Dr. Stan Harris. Dr. Stan Harris is a motivational speaker. He's a business partner with Les Brown. Mr. Les Brown, one of the tops in the world. He's on the rise of the entrepreneur. We sat down with Dr. Stan Harris for an hour and a half because he respected Ephraim McDaniel. The man's one of a handful of 10-degree black belts in the world. He's an evangelist. He's a motivational speaker. He speaks for the top multi-level marketing companies in the world. He sat with us because of Ephraim McDaniel. Called me twice yesterday. He's now, because he met with me and Bob Quintana, and he's been approached by every company. He's now in our business, him and his wife. My point is, if you listen to what Mario told you, guys, I know the hardest thing in the world is to see this business clearly. I was with Brian Carruthers out in Dallas. Brian Carruthers was just a regular average guy. Google Brian Carruthers. I was with him for an hour having a cigar with him. The guy's made millions upon millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of dollars because he went 1,000 wide on his front line. 1,000. Because he got into social media. He got into doing calls. He has prep calls that he teaches people how to mass produce. He showed a gentleman named Darnell Self, who was from Baltimore, was bankrupt, in foreclosure, who's now became a multi-millionaire because he was willing to listen to people that got him. Changed his life. See, what I'm trying to tell you is, there's only one CEO in corporate America. There's only one head of Will's company. Nobody's getting that position. Will ain't getting it. And then a manager's above, right? We don't. There's only so many positions in corporate America. Corporate America is the real pyramid scheme, folks.
Right.
Corporate America, you ain't getting those positions. And those people ain't gonna help them enough to get to that position because they'd be spiting their own family. We got something here that works. And more people, when we start opening up the rest of the country, I know what's coming with this company. I know what's coming. Stay connected, stay plugged in. This week, Michael Falquist, our CEO, we're not having Sam Vera. We're all going to Philadelphia. It's a 45-minute ride right from here. Corporate Roadshow. This is about connecting with people. Once you get it and overcome your fear, throw your fear out the window and just start getting that book like Ephraim McDaniel did. He's already 10 wide in 2 days. He'll be 50 wide within 2 months. And he don't care when somebody tells him no, because like Mario said, you heard of people that told him no 2 years ago because they're watching him now. Now their timing is different in their life. I can tell you guys, my wife and I, we didn't see this. The first couple months we're involved in this, we couldn't possibly see it. And a lot of people that come in your business can't possibly see it. You know why? Because too many people close to you are trying to steal your dreams. They don't know any better. They're naive. For the most part, they're stupid. Because you get people that are closest to you that tell you, oh, you're involved in that? Yeah, they told me the same thing. Now when me and my wife are driving, not to put nothing in nobody's face. I don't go to somebody and say, I told you so. I'll never do that. But when I pull up and they're looking at this, or I see them and I pull up in my convertible that's paid for by Viridian, and then when I get my Tesla that's going to be paid for by Viridian, I don't need to say anything. Guys, don't let this opportunity go by you. If you had your struggles, this is all about getting thick skin. This is all about getting kicked down. Congratulations to you, Chantel. You know, going out and getting those meters. Do today what others won't to have tomorrow what others can't. Do today what others won't, because I'm telling you, this will pay you forward for the rest of your life. It don't matter who taps you on the shoulder 4 years down the road if you start hitting this thing. The money, not just the money, what this opportunity will bring to you, you can't even dream that big. You can't even dream what this will bring to you, you know? And it doesn't happen overnight. I'll tell you what, it happens, and this has happened to me in a few different lines. because I kept believing in the people, right, and latching on to people. This is about the most passionate promoter wins. It's about writing the biggest list and not giving a crap. It's about not giving. You think Bob Quintana? Bob Quintana showed this business to 146 people. 102 told him flat out no. Do you think he cares about the 100 people that told him no? He's made whatever, close to $4 million in Viridian and 4.5. You think he cares about 100 people that told him no? Guys, this is about just writing the biggest list and exposing as many people as you possibly can, like Mario did a perfect job to that video. It's about putting people around your kitchen table. It's about putting people around your living room and never stop. Remember, Roadshow this week, corporate Michael Falquist Wednesday night in Philly. It's a 45-minute ride. Tom Braddock's running that show. Get on the phone. Get on the phone, get people in the car, and who do you know in Dallas? Who do you know in Houston? Who do you know in San Antonio? Who do you know?
I'll be in Dallas in July.
Yep, we got the road show down there. I'll be down there for 2 days. Back, I'm going out in 2. Me and Quintana went out and bought our cowboy hats. We'll be there because we know. I'm telling you, if you know people in Texas, everybody has to make a choice in Texas. Everybody has to pick a third-party supplier.
I just wish you would.
Texas is one, to let you know how big Texas is, guys, it's 34% of the deregulation in the United States. It's 1/3 of the entire United States. That's why we're hitting Texas. And it's not to say you stop the focus here in New York, but when you see a hot market, get people to rate their list. You'll find people in Texas through other people, and they'll be in your business. Mario, great job. Michelisa, great job. All of you, thanks for coming.
Did you talk about your trip, or did I miss it? I came a little late. Did you talk about Texas?
Yeah, well, you hear my passion. I mean, it's just like every other. It's about who do you know, who do you know, who do you know, who do you know. I was on the phone with a buddy of Will's for 25 minutes. I hit it off very well with him. Very religious gentleman named Guy. We got to follow up with him. I piqued his interest in a big, big way. And that's what it's about. I don't get on the phone and tell people Big John said this is the greatest thing in the world. Remember, facts. You start telling somebody they can raise money for their organizations and their church, they can help the environment, they can be in business with Elon Musk. I don't need to say much more than that. If that person don't get it at that time, I don't want him in my business anyway.